You don't want to go too long without me because I don't want some guy thinking you're a single mom.
There's a lot of men interested in Robyn, and they were sort of trying to get around me and to her.
Hello everyone, welcome to Happily Ever Reality. Today we're talking about Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 14, The Truth Will Set You Free. And we are specifically going to be talking about Kody and Robyn. I seem to go between being annoyed by Kody and just thinking he is absolutely ridiculous this entire episode. So I definitely wanted to start out with talking about those two. We see them go on a date in this episode, and Kody just acts completely over the top. So let's just get right into it. They are heading on this date, and the first thing that really stands out to me is the fact that Robyn mentions how hard it is to find time to go on a date with kids at home. And I realize that they have, a full house. If Dayton is still there, which I don't know that he is, I think he's moved. I haven't actually kept up with what he's doing. But they still have Brianna and Aurora, and then Saul and Ari. And I'm sure there is a lot of coming and going in the house, but there aren't any actual little toddlers or babies anymore. Everyone is older. Brianna and Aurora, I'm assuming they are able to drive themselves to and from their classes. Solomon has to be at least 10 years old, if not 11. Ari, 6 or 7. It sort of throws me off because I don't always know when they're filming versus when we're watching the show. But they're in that age range. They're not little children. I don't understand why they're not able to get a sitter and go on dates. I mean, they had a nanny for a long time. They can't hire a sitter for a Friday night. Or they can't ask Brianna and Aurora to watch Saul and Ari and go on a date. I don't know. I feel like they're really playing up the fact that Robyn had the youngest children in the family. That's all I'm saying. When Kody is talking about going out with Robyn, he has this very interesting way of talking about her. He refers to her as this woman. He doesn't say Robyn, he doesn't say his wife. It's like he needs to specify that it is that woman among all of the other women, which I believe it is something that he does on purpose. I think he is doing this to make it clear that he enjoys her, and he did not enjoy Janelle, Mary, and Christine. I want to know if you guys picked up on that down below. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you noticed this. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. You can let me know that as well. But here is the clip I am talking about.
It's nice to go on a date, and we're going on one. I like to connect with this woman.
That's right, you guys. He likes to connect with this woman, not the other women. And because he likes to connect with her, he is really excited about them getting to spend time together. Because they are claiming that they don't get to go on dates very often, Kody just seems to be acting ridiculous, and I really wish they would get sitters and go on more dates because I never want to see him do this again.
So when I take her out, I hope she doesn't feel pressure, but I'm like, oh, I finally got her all to myself. There's so much I want to talk about.
I'm glad that he added that part where he said there's so much I want to talk about, but I really just wish he hadn't done it at all. No rubbing your hands together and looking like that on camera. Ever again, Kody. Let's talk about this dinner. Let's get into that. The two of them go out to eat, and the whole time Kody is acting like he just met Robyn. Like she is new to him. He's leaning over the table. He's all googly-eyed. If it had been anybody else, I might have been like, okay, it's kind of cute, like in a cheesy way, but whatever, they're in love. The problem is, it was Kody and Robyn, so I absolutely despised all of it, and I thought Kody was acting super obnoxious. I have no problem admitting my biases when it comes to that. I cannot help it. I just think he is doing this in a way that is spiteful. Do I think he loves Robyn? Yes, I do. Is it necessary for him to act like this? Absolutely not. He is doing this because he wants to prove that he can be this kind of man, because we've all seen him being an awful husband and an awful father. So now he has to act like he's great at those things. The problem is he's only being a great husband to one of the women he was married to. He was awful to the other three, and we all got to see it. And then he's only being a good father to the kids in that house, and then neglecting all of the other children. I really think he believes that he can redeem himself by being great with Robyn and being great with those kids. But that's not how it works. When you treat a whole lot of other people like crap, we're not just going to overlook that because you were nice to one person and you were attentive to one person or one group of kids. So I hope he realizes it's not going to help him any with the viewers. He's going to have a lot more work to do. But if this makes him feel better about himself, I guess good for him, right? Because I think it does. I think he really likes getting to show off that he can be this romantic guy. So what we end up seeing on the show is Robyn talking to Kody about Brianna and Aurora wanting to go to church. But before she does that, she once again has to mention how hard it is to find time to talk to Kody about this.
I wanted to talk to you about something. We don't have two little children running in and interrupting us.
So there you have it. Once again, she's talking about how the kids are interfering. It does make me wonder if Robyn brings up having the smallest children all the time to sort of make herself the special wife, which now she's the only wife. But, you know, it makes it seem like she probably really did this. And I just want you guys to let me know down in the comments, what do we consider little children or small children that interrupt us? To me, by the time a kid is like 10, if you tell them, hey, we have to have an adult conversation, can you go play outside or play with your toys for a while, they should be able to handle that. So let me know what you guys think about that. Now back to the whole church talk. Robyn tells Kody about this, and of course Kody has concerns. That's not surprising to me at all. It wouldn't be surprising to me if every single person in this family has hesitations about being involved in organized religion. I can completely see why the Brown family, all of them, may have some concerns. So Kody's hesitation doesn't surprise me. He does mention that he wants to make sure he steers them away from anything culty. I think he realizes now how his faith seems to everyone else. And I hope none of them go back down that road. The girls do not want to join the church that Kody and Robyn were a part of, which is good. Now, when it comes to Kody talking about his experience in the church, he brings up a situation that involved his hair.
Put me in kind of a teaching leadership position. They saw my hair as rebellious. So Kody, you need to cut your hair. Don't tell me to do things that aren't required by the law or by God.
As a viewer, I thought that was funny, but you can tell that Kody is very serious about it, and that just made it even more funny. Like, I did not expect his hair to be brought up in this part of the show, but that wasn't the only thing that surprised me. We also get to see Brianna and Aurora smile. And honestly, it wasn't just them. Robyn was smiling when she was talking to Kody as well. We had some smiles happening with those three. There's a moment when Kody talks to Robyn about why the girls aren't coming to him and talking to him about this issue. And Robyn says that he can be very intense. After that, it switches over to a confessional with Brianna and Aurora. I'm going to put that clip in here so that you can see it.
He's intimidating. I don't think he realizes it, though. I don't know.
It was a very brief moment, but they were smiling, and then it's like some switch flips, and they go back to sort of having a frown on their face. I'm at a point where I think this is just their natural facial expressions, and they happen to look very much like Robyn when she is not smiling.
Between my mom and my dad, they have different strengths in the way that they process things and communicate things. He's going to give like an unfiltered response, which I really appreciate about him.
Back to the girls going to church. Kody is okay with it. He has concerns. You know, they mentioned Kody being intimidating, and Robyn used the word intense. When you're watching Kody in this episode and he's talking about spirituality, church, religion, all of that, you can tell it's something he's passionate about. And he wasn't really angry. I think the last few seasons, we all got to see so much of him being angry. I have come to almost expect that. But he wasn't angry when he was talking about this. He seems to really want his kids to have faith in something and to have a spiritual experience. Even though it didn't work out well in his own church, he seems to still have positive feelings about the experience itself. So I did feel a little bit surprised by that. I don't know. I expect Kody to be awful about everything all of the time. So I was expecting some anger to really show itself in this part of the show, but it didn't. He did have a really weird take on the whole dating situation. You know, Robyn brings up that they might want to start dating and they want to date people that have the same values that they do. And then Kody says something about being a knight and not being a king anymore. I'm going to put the clip in here so you guys can hear it.
All I am is a knight with a sword. I mean, like, I'm here to protect you, but because I played king with some of my other daughters, I got put aside.
I couldn't leave it out, even though I don't really have anything to say about it. I feel like Kody always has something like that to say. And then when he says it, I try to figure out if he planned it or if it came to him on the spot. I think this one was on the spot. I don't think he planned the knight, sword, king comment out the way he has some of the other things he has said. Now, when it comes to him talking about the girls dating, he sort of seems okay with the idea of them going to church where there's a cute boy. Robyn is more like, no, that is not why you go to church. I think Robyn wants to make sure they are pursuing this for themselves and not because of a guy, which is understandable. You know, you don't want the girls just going to the church where the cute boy is. She wants to make sure they are finding the right place for them, and I do understand that concern. As the show starts to wind down, we see Kody increase his efforts to show us that he can be romantic, and he does this by telling Robyn that he doesn't want her going to church by herself with the girls for too long because people might think that she is a single mom. And this opens the door for the retelling of how they made eye contact at church, and Robyn felt a lightning bolt.
And you looked at me and a bolt of lightning shot through my body.
Of course, that part of the show is much longer than what I put in here. We get to hear them both retell how they saw each other and looked at each other, and there was a lightning bolt. She tells us it in a confessional. She tells it to Kody at the restaurant. And then this leads to Kody, you know, talking about the ring she is wearing. And she basically says if she's at church, she'll say that she's married and they're going to see the ring. And then we get to see this rather large ring on Robyn's finger.
Want to see it? Want to see it?
I'll wear it. You don't need to worry.
I just wanted to make sure that bling was big enough the guys would stay away from you.
So Robyn has gotten herself a new ring, right? They didn't have rings like this before. This is a whole new ring. You know, she's got herself a new house. She's got a new ring. Are they really making that much money from the show? It is a long season. This is longer than normal, but it feels like they're doing real well now, and I'm just wondering about that. I have to admit, I would have wanted a ring as well. If I was in a marriage with 3 other women being married to the same man and I didn't have a ring like this, I probably would have been like, okay, you know what? Now let's just go get a normal ring. I would have done it. But it feels like a little bit too much is happening with these guys. Like all of this, the new house, the new ring, acting like they're this in love and it's all this romantic. It's like they're trying too hard. But that is just what I think. You guys can let me know down in the comments what you thought about Kody and Robyn in this episode. If you haven't already, I hope you'll click like and subscribe. I'm going to leave you guys with one more clip of Kody before this video ends. I told you he mentioned his hair 2 times. So this is the other time he mentioned the church having a problem with his hair.
Tell me that I have to cut my hair. I mean, give me a break. I mean, you're all disciples of Brigham Young and he had long hair and a long beard. Please.